35 days on, Honeypreet, the adopted daughter of Ram Rahim, likely to surrender today before Panchkula court. The police has been tracking her movements all along for the last 4 days. News is now coming in. She is, in all likelihood, expected to surrender. Honeypreet, who has been absconding all along since the conviction of Ram Rahim in the rape case, was also spotted travelling in Nepal. News is now coming in. Nowhere to go. Honeypreet, in all likelihood, is expected to surrender. Now, she has been charged with sedition. She has been charged with waging war as well. The fact that she incited people for violence in Panchkula for those 2 days after Ram Rahim was convicted in that rape case. Severe charges against Honeypreet right now. And now news is coming in. In all likelihood, she is expected to surrender after trying to escape and evade the law for all these days. Being found in Nepal, traveling with a convoy, etc. News is now coming in that Honeypreet has expressed her desire to surrender to the law enforcement agencies and in all likelihood will be surrendering in the Panchkula court. Well, that's a big development that's coming in. We know that how the agencies have been looking out for Honeypreet all these days. She is the adopted, quote-unquote, daughter of Ram Rahim, the self-styled godman who was convicted in 2 rape cases last month. And now news is coming in that Honeypreet, his adopted daughter, in all likelihood is expected to surrender in the court today. Let's go across to my colleague Amit Bharadwaj joining us over the telephone line. Amit, morning news that's coming in. Honeypreet, in all likelihood, expected to surrender in Panchkula court today.
Yes, nearly 9:30 she's expected to come because there was intense pressure on Honeypreet and even our sources said that she is going to surrender. Earlier she was going to surrender in Punjab and Haryana High Court, but then she finally decided, she has spoken to her advocates and then they've decided that nearly 9:30 they're going to surrender. Yeah.
Right. Tell us about the severe charges against her now, Amit.
There is a charges of sedition and inciting the violence during the case hearing or the verdict of Gurmeet Ram Rahim. So, according to the sources, she has written in her application that she was not involved in that, and she going to give an application that she was innocent at that time. So these are the charges, the sedition and inciting violence.
Amit, also explained to us how the agencies were on the lookout all along. She was also spotted in Nepal. The Nepal police, Haryana police, all were on the lookout for Honeypreet. It seems that finally the pressure has got to her and she is now expected to surrender. But in some of the interviews she has given, she's been maintaining that she was in India all along and not absconding. Is that correct?
She was not in Nepal. She, even the sources already said that, NewsX also said that she is near the Rajasthan or Punjab, Haryana border. So she was not in Nepal. So she was here itself, yeah, in India.
What are her counsels maintaining now, Amit?
Now at 9:30 they're going to come and police is trying to arrest her. So because it's been 4 days that police got a location of Honeypreet, so they have raided many places now, and even the sources say that the police is very near to Honeypreet. So there might be a possibility before her surrender, the police will arrest Honeypreet.
Amit, what do you think has led to this change of heart? Because over a month now we've been seeing that how Honeypreet has been evading the law, absconding the day after which Ram Rahim was convicted for rape. Since that day, literally, she had been gone missing. So what has led to this change of heart, that she wants to now surrender?
Honeypreet's lifestyle is elite lifestyle she used to live in. So the resources were furnishing the people, they were people who were and helping her. So there was a family also try to approach her, and even on the media and on our channel, he said that she should surrender in front of the court. If she is innocent, then she should come and put her view in front of the court and give an application that she is innocent. Yeah.
All right, we leave it at that. Amit, thanks very much for joining us with those details. News is coming in right now. Honeypreet likely to surrender in the Panchkula court today. News is by about 9:30 a.m. this morning, her counsel and Honeypreet may herself depose in front of the court. She has very severe charges levelled against her of inciting violence after, of course, the conviction of Ram Rahim. We saw the mayhem that continued for at least 2 days in Panchkula, a destruction to public property. Apart from that, she had been gone missing. She is the alleged adopted daughter of Ram Rahim. And now news has come in that after tracing her for so many weeks in different parts of the country, the pressure finally getting to Honeypreet, and she is expected to surrender in the Panchkula court today. And with that,